Hello and welcome back to Simulation Station. Today we're continuing our playthrough of our Tigers OOTP 23 franchise. Since the last episode, I think we've only just simmed about halfway through the month of June. I think last episode ended around the beginning of June, where actually Spencer Torkelson had won the previous month's Rookie of the Year, Rookie of the Year or Rookie of the Month, excuse me. And Tyler Alexander actually won the Pitcher of the Month. So Tyler Alexander has been a surprise, yeah, for us. He Like I said at the beginning of last episode, I didn't really want him to be in the rotation, but we are trusting our manager AJ Hinch on setting lineups and rotations. So in this one, he's definitely proven me wrong. So Alexander's been very good for us. As you can see, Torkelson is doing very well, hitting 295, 19 home runs, 53 runs batted in. So he is proving to be what we thought he would be. So I'm very happy about that. We'll probably in the off season try and sign him through his arbitration years and see if we can kind of save some money that way, because I'm sure he's gonna demand a lot through arbitration if we are able to do so. So yeah, we are sitting at 27 and 35. Kind of right in the middle of the pack. One game back of the Guardians, 2 games up of the Royals. Hoping to finish the season around 500. I think that's kind of the expectations. Our owner, Illich's his goal for us at the beginning of the season was to stay relevant. So I think a 500 ball club is what can satisfy that. We did make that trade, Harold Castro, into players that were in rookie ball. That didn't seem like they would be much of anything for us at the big league level at any point. For Jake, now I'm blanking on the name. Jake Myers. Yep, Jake Myers. So, and we're excited about his profile. So, yeah, that's kind of the update heading into this episode. For probably the next time I see you, we will be at the rookie draft. And unless something monumental happens between then. So, I will see you then. So it is July 1st. Our simulation was stopped due to international free agency today, actually. And we got an update that the AL's best rookie for 2 months in a row was Spencer Torkelson, after batting a .330 clip with 8 home runs and 20 RBIs. Yeah, he's been killing it this year, so we'd love to see that. We got some development updates. Will Vest has been pitching very well for us at the big league level with a 2.5 ERA. In 38 innings pitched. Ronnie Garcia improved a little bit as well. He actually just came off the 15-day IL. We slotted him back in as our long reliever. Austin Meadows is improving. Brendan White, a starting pitcher that just got promoted to AAA from AA. Good to see some improvement with him, the 23-year-old. Kreidler, some improvement, some things dropping as well. Myers dropped his potential I rating and overall. which is unfortunate. But I still have hope for him. And yeah, we have some other guys that are improving. Robert Campos, another big name in our system, 19 contact improved, defensive rating improved. So it's good to see. Miguel Diaz is the guy that actually we called up for a few games. I played 4 games. Pitched to a .93 ERA during his time there with 16 Ks in 9 innings pitched. So a very good performance, but he was we didn't have a true long relief pitcher in our bullpen at that time. So when Rony Garcia came off the IL, we had to make the tough decision to put him back down in AAA. But he's one we're definitely going to keep our eye on. International free agency, I'm going to look through some of these players and kind of see if anything's worth offering a contract to. Obviously, this guy, Roger Quinones. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Obviously, looks like a guy that could be really good, but low leadership, low loyalty, and low intelligence is kind of not the best thing to see. So we'll see. I'm going to kind of comb through these players and see what we can find here. And I will check back in after I figure that out. So after looking through some of these guys, obviously there's a few guys that stand out. The guy I mentioned before, Danny Payen, has a potential profile that could be really good offensively, not great defensively, but a good arm. But we just don't have that we want to spend on these international free agents this year. So we're going to sim up to the first year players draft and see you then. So it is now June 4th. Jose Cisneros is finally eligible to come off the IL. So we have a decision to make to who to bring down. Our bullpen's actually been pretty solid, as you can kind of see by our low 3 ERAs for most of the people. Rony Garcia is still playing very well. Funkhauser struggles at times. But I think the obvious move here is to send down Jason Foley. He's a young guy that we really like, but we need to kind of clear some room for the veteran relief pitcher in Cisnero. So that is what we are going to do. So with Will Vest being one of our better guys this season, Cisnero is going to be filling a middle relief role. I thought maybe he would take Foley's spot at the setup role, but he just thinks Will Vest would be a better option there. So that's the role he will be filling. Just one day later since our last update, and Drew Hutchison is ready to come off the injured list. So I think it's going to be between Funkhauser and Gregory Soto. I think with Soto being a lefty, I think that's in the only other lefty besides Chafin. I think we need to kind of keep rolling with Soto, even though he hasn't performed very well. He's got a pretty high walk percentage per 9. Only a 66 ERA plus, and he's right at replacement level. So I don't know. It's a tough decision, but I think we're gonna move Funkhauser down to Toledo for now. with 2 option years left and bring up Hutchison. I think Hutchison has deserved, the way he pitched before being injured, to be given another chance with us at the major league level. So it's July 6th, another just day after our last update, and Jonathan Scope's agent sent us a email saying that he wants to be traded. Hinch kind of hasn't played him much at all this season, so Scope is going to be someone that we're going to be looking to move on from. Not really sure why Hinch has decided to kind of not run with Scope this year at second base. As you can see, he's only played 41 games, only 130 at bats, hitting a 223, only an 86 OPS plus. So he's playing above replacement level, but yeah, he's every time we've brought someone up as in short. This time around, he options for short at second. He optioned for Willie Castro at second. So obviously, there's something going on there with Hinch and Scope that is making it difficult for him to find or to put Scope in the lineup. So we will be looking for trade options for him. We've also got an update to our goals from our owner, Christopher Illich. He has decided to tell us that even if we can't make the playoffs, which I doubt at this point is possible, he wants us to get as many wins as we can. He's ecstatic with our progress towards the goals he's set for us. That being said, when he looks at the team's history on and off the field, his overall impression doesn't rank quite as highly. So, yeah, that's kind of our goal. Obviously, we want to win as many as we can. And then we also have a update to the top 100 prospect list. Riley Green moving into second. He hasn't played a single at bat this year. But Torque, being a full-time major league starter this season, is probably no longer considered a prospect. So we do have Riley Green in our sitting at second in the top 10 prospects. So it's July 7th, and we've gotten hit with some bad news. Austin Meadows, probably our second best bat this year behind Torkelson, has fractured his wrist. 5 to 6 weeks out, so he's going to be going on the IL. Which is unfortunate. I'm on the 60-day IL with us sitting at 38 and 45. We want to make sure he recovers well from that injury, so we have him for the years coming up. Fortunately, we do have some depth in the outfield with probably Grossman slotting in there, which he's been pretty upset with us that he hasn't been playing. So it's tough, but he is going to get some playing time now. So now we have to decide who from the AAA team we want to actually bring up. We could go with Eric Haas. He can play a left field a little bit, in right field. At left field much better, but obviously right field below average. With that being said, I'm not sure how many at bats how much time he would get out there, with kind of the AI running in the show. But We do have guys like Derek Hill who have been playing very well, hitting 386, the 99 OPS plus, and a 1.0 WAR. Then obviously we have Jake Myers, the guy that we made the trade for, hitting 230. You'd think that he'd have some more power numbers, but he hasn't really shown that yet. I'm really hoping that we don't come to regret that trade. But only time will tell. Daz Cameron, again, is another option. And Daniel Cabrera actually got promoted recently after doing just hitting 309 with 11 home runs and 42 RBIs. So he's going to slot in once one of these guys get moved up. So we kind of have to figure out which one of these we want to go with. I'm leaning towards Derek Hill or Daz Cameron. Daz is younger. Just by 1 year, Derek Hill is just an exceptional defensive player. Really good on the bases as well. So I think we are going to go for Hill just by looking at the pure numbers here. You know what? We're going to go with Daz. My heart tells me Daz, so I think that's what we're going to go with. Why? Can't. Okay. So there's Daz. Daz is going to be up on our big league club. And actually, Hinch is opting to slide Daz in as our starting center fielder instead of either moving Victor Reyes to center or Badu. Now Robbie Grossman is a very well below average center fielder. So yeah, it's guys are getting playtime. Guys are proving themselves. And Grossman just isn't getting the playing time that we kind of expected him to get. Luckily, he's on his last year of the contract. Maybe a guy we might look to move for a prospect at the trade deadline, especially if Daz comes up and plays well. So we'll see. Just another quick update. Hutchison is now once again injured. For 3 weeks, it looks like. So he's going to be going on the 15-day to be moved up. Kyle Funkhauser. So here we are at the first year player draft. We are going to be kind of going through this with you guys, and to finish up the episode, looking at the OSA mock draft, he's got the Detroit Tigers taking Cam Collier, a third baseman out of Louisville. Kind of just a one position guy, but looks like he could have some average power with some, or average contact with some very high or some above average power ratings. Not super speedy, average infielder with a above average arm. So we'll see. Oh, he's actually a JUCO, but he's committed to Louisville. Okay, so he hit 423 at the high school level with 11 home runs and 37 RBI. So he's a left-handed bat, 6'2", 210, 17-year-old. So yeah, he profiles well. So we'll see kind of what we actually decide on and what our actual scouts think of some of these players. Okay, so after much time spent scouring the potential draftees. There's three guys that I'm very interested in. Wilburn Furness, 18-year-old, very high power potential, really good at the dish, just a first baseman. So that kind of puts me off because I mean, obviously he's 18-year-old. He's 18 years old and he's probably a few years away. But at the same time, we have Torkelson, who we're hoping is going to be our future for many years to come at first base. So that kind of puts that one on the back burner. Cam Collier, the guy that we were actually projected to draft in OSA's mock draft. Pretty good profile here. And like we said, he's a relatively good fielder. Our scouting report from our scout, Scott Pleiss, 6'2", 210, from Georgia, stream pull hitter, hits for plus power, excellent defensive player. Collier projects to be an above average big league third baseman. Really 17 years old, JUCO freshman, committed to University of Louisville. So he's a young guy, which I really like the idea of, with a few guys like Kreidler and Short and Pacheco, infielders that we do like within our organization. Wenzel Perez as well, that are a bit older, that could find some time in there, and he won't be really fighting them for time. And then the other one is Brooks Lee, a switch hitting shortstop, a redshirt sophomore at Cal Poly. He hit for last year. He hit 301, 6 home runs, 40 RBIs, relatively low strikeouts, with an OPS plus of 100 and a WAR of 1.6. Our scout says lean and athletic, native of California, gets high marks for his plate coverage, particularly his ability to find the opposite field, which is I like that. Athletic shortstop, speed, is kind of slow, great instincts, which helps him steal some bags. Projected to be an above average big league shortstop. So we got two options here. We could take the older Brooks Lee and possibly see him sooner at the major league level, or we can take our 17-year-old and kind of take a bit more of a chance on him, higher power numbers. I'm leaning more towards Collier, but I really like that Brooks Lee is a switch hitter. So yeah, it's between those two. So I guess when we decide to what we're gonna do, I'll check back in. So we're gonna go with Collier. He is looking for a 1.6 deal, $1 million deal. Very easy to sign, so hopefully we can get him. Brooks Lee is also looking for the same. But I think with Candelario kind of coming up on arbitration years, he's not going to have many years left, and maybe by the time that we are through with Candelario, Collier will kind of be ready to take that spot. So I think that we're going to go with the young 17-year-old Cam Collier. All right, so second round has been going for a bit, and we are gonna go with a catcher, Ike Irish, 18 years old, actually out of Hudsonville, Michigan, which is not too far from where I am from. The lefty, committed to Auburn University. So yeah, he's got some good tools. Gonna hit for a decent average. But yeah, I don't know. There's just not. I haven't really been fell in love with many guys this round yet. So, and I kind of looked at our organizational depth, and besides Dylan Dingler, we're kind of low on young catchers that could actually turn out to be something. So we're gonna take a chance on Ike Irish and see how that turns out for us. So we're now at our third round pick. I think we're gonna go with the 22-year-old starting pitcher Jonathan Childress out of Texas A&M. Doesn't have much velo, but he works out of the 3/4 arm slot. He's got a pretty good personality. It looks like high adaptability, so he'll be able to adapt to different roles. Pretty low movement, but his stuff is average. His control is high, and it looks like he's got 3 pretty good pitches that have been graded already. So 100 ERA plus, 1.4 WAR. Not a great ERA in college, but he's expected to be a bullpen guy, but we'll see. I think he's probably going to be a starting pitcher for us at the lower leagues. Lefty. So I think this is the guy we're going to go with. It's now the 4th round. I think we've decided on Drew Compton, a corner infielder. Got pretty good range on the infield. He is projected to be an above average hitter, 21 years old, switch hitter. Yeah, hit 9 home runs, 47 RBIs in college last year. Above average contact hitter. Generate 20 home runs possibly. Yeah, seems like a pretty good pick for the 4th round. I know it's another corner infielder to compete with our 1st round pick. I think that looking at our organization a little bit more, we got pitchers. We got some guys that we believe in and like that are on the come. So, and we just drafted one last pick too. So, I think we're gonna go with Drew Compton. It is now the 5th round, and we are most likely going to be going with Stone Chirby out of the University of Oregon. Right-handed relief pitcher, 22 years old. Fastball slider combo kind of guy. Got pretty good stuff. He's going to be a late innings guy, it looks like. Our scouting department's got him scouted pretty high, or pretty accurately. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. It looks like he served as the closer for the University of Oregon. So our 5th round pick is gonna go to Stone Chirby. It's now the 6th round, and I think that we're gonna go with another catcher. This guy's been sitting here for a while. He's scouted to be a high potential guy. He's got a really solid personality. He's not a great defensive catcher, but he projects to have a pretty good bat. 18 years old, from Louisville, Kentucky, committed to the University of Louisville. Should be, he's got normal signability, and he just wants the slot value, so we're going to take a chance on him. He's been here for a while, so that kind of makes me worried that since other teams aren't picking him either, but you never know. We got to trust our scouting department. And so we're going to go with Matt Klein. It is now the 7th round, but I think that's all I'm going to show for now. I'm probably going to just get stuck into this and finish the draft out. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And I will see you in the next one. See you later.